Hi friends, Marilyn here. We sadly didn't push record on our PodTrack recorder, and so the audio you will be hearing today on this episode is from our camera. I apologize, but nonetheless, you will get a great empowering message about the power of your words. We hope you enjoy this episode, and we hope you have a lovely day. Hi friends, welcome back to
Wish You Love Podcast.
I'm Marilyn.
And I'm Jasmine.
And happy September! Oh my goodness! I can't believe it's already September.
I know. It's officially pumpkin spice season, so hopefully you guys are indulging in that if you're into it.
Oh yeah.
And if you live in California, you know it's still really hot, but it's still pumpkin
It's pumpkin season, but
so.
just not clothing-wise.
Right. Enjoy the pumpkin season, but you can still maybe go to the pool or the beach.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up my Halloween tree soon and just get into, like, everything's gonna be, I try to do Halloween September, October, and then November, December, Christmas. So I try to do it just to enjoy it a little bit longer. So soon the house will be decorated for Halloween.
Exciting. I can't wait to come in and see it.
See it all? Yeah. Love Halloween. And fall season, I'm excited to just try all the new Trader Joe's things and, like you said, literally indulge. I really want to treat myself and buy more pumpkin spice drinks just because this is my first year. I'm not really on a budget. Like, before I was a student, so I was always on a budget. So I would be like, only once every 2 weeks. But now I'm like, girl, when you want it, go get it. Like, just like the Ariana. Yeah. Literally, I was singing that song and on the treadmill. I was like doing my, like, as Jasmine would say, hot girl walk, but it was like incline walk. And I was like singing the song. It's such a good song. Girl empowering song. I love it.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we are starting off the month strong and we just want to do a gratitude opening. So Jasmine, who do you wish love for? Who do you want to give that shout out to? Just thankful for just them in your life, and who are you just most grateful for? Who do you want to wish love to?
Absolutely. I think I want to wish love to my intimate, close family and Angel's close family. So I'm talking just like siblings and parents. And
that's your immediate family?
Yes. I am sending all of them lots of love because they just really, going into this new chapter, I just feel like this is family. Like, this is it. Like, this is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with too. Like, I'm not just marrying a person, I'm marrying their family and vice versa. And so I am just wishing all of them love. I'm wishing them all of love for, just being there for me and Angel, and for celebrating us and for loving us and for just really sending us just really nice love towards our way and towards this next chapter. And I'm just really grateful because, like I said, it was the biggest moment, was sitting down at the table and I'm looking around and it's just my parents, my sibling, his fiance, Angel's siblings, Angel's parents, their husbands and fiance, and I'm just like, wow, like, this is what's going to be the normal, like, new, like,
immediate setting.
So
yeah, that's really nice. When she was telling me after the engagement, like, it was just literally his immediate and her immediate, and that's just lovely.
Yeah,
like, it's just a nice moment and just such a I'm very glad that you were able to have that.
Yeah, and it was crazy just seeing, like, I mean, at this point, like, I know everything was beautiful, but, like, will my mom get along with his parents? Like, how will my brother act with his siblings? And it was just so nice to see everyone. It was a little awkward because obviously they don't really know each other, but nonetheless, they were getting to know each other and, like, respecting and loving this new chapter in, like, our relationship. So that is definitely the highlight of August. I wish love to them.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. What about you, Marilyn?
I gotta say, the first person I thought of that I gotta wish love to is my best friend Renee. So, I think it was like after graduation time, I really was like, I want to start going back to church. And, my friend Renee was Catholic at the time, but she was kind of open to seeing what my church was about, you know what I'm saying? So she comes with me and she fell in love. And she was like, oh my goodness, Marilyn, like I've never experienced this in my life. And today we went to church again together, but with her dad and her uncle. And even before that, we went with her little cousin that went on her birthday, and then her sister, and she brought her cousin there. Like, she's bringing so many people to this church now. And it's just, I was telling her today because, and this is an intimate moment, but I want to share it just in case, I hope Renee's listening. But just because I really felt grateful today. And it was really just a big moment in our friendship. And I told her selfishly, it meant so much to me. And I say selfishly just because I'll explain after. But so usually when you devote yourself to Christ, you like will go up and they'll do like a prayer, just kind of like intimate. And it was just 15 people who went up. And at this point, she has already been a devout Christian just for a few weeks now. And so but she's never said it. And so I hear her in the mic, and the pastor is literally praying with them. And he's like, repeat this prayer after me. And so they pray, and one part of it said, I am a Christian. And I can hear her loud and clear. She's like, I am a Christian, like so happy. And I just started like crying because I'm like, what a beautiful thing that I am coming to church with my best friend. What a beautiful thing that after church we commune and we talk about the message together. How did it relate to you? How did it relate to me? Oh, I thought of you when this. Oh, I thought of you when this. Like, it's just so nice. And I'm just so grateful that she just took the chance and came with me, because now we're experiencing this together instead of, it was kind of just felt like by myself for my whole life. Like, I went with my family, but it really just felt like a lone journey. And it is a lone journey, but that's what you're supposed to feel when you go with people. Like, you're supposed to talk about it after, like, what did you think of the message? Like, what part hit you? Like, which scripture, like, that stood out to you? And like, even every day we send each other a scripture because we're trying to memorize scripture more. And like, it's just even built our relationship onto another level that we didn't think that we could. So I just want to wish Renee so much love, and I'm so grateful because just like you, when you were sitting around at the table, when I was, standing and just watching her, I was like, wow, how lucky am I? It was just a moment like that. Like, how lucky am I?
Yeah. That's
so
so beautiful. I hope Renee's listening to this.
I told her today, I was like, girl, when you said, she's like, you could hear me? I heard you loud and clear. She's like, oh my gosh. And it was just really nice because I could hear her. Like, I can't see her, but I can hear her. And it was just really nice. So that's who I'm wishing love to today.
And for those of you listening or watching, I encourage you guys to go wish love to someone that impacted you last month. Who is that one person or maybe a group of people that really stood out to you that you want to wish love? Because it's so important to share that love with those around you and that gratitude, and just to let them know, like, thank you, you're loved, I love you, like, because I'm sure it'll really make their day. Yes,
exactly. Love that. Aww. So we're going to get into the message of this episode. So it has, of course, a story. And so this story, I did think of Jazmine as well. But the message of this is the power of your words. And so I literally have documentation, and she has documentation of this. So it is so important what you say onto yourself. What do you speak onto the world? What are you talking about with your friends? Like, what is on your mind? And that will come into fruition, because that is where all your energy is going into. And so I don't know if you guys remember this episode in the podcast, but I literally was like, I'll drive that far. I'll take that job. Like, remember when I said all that? Well, this summer I got two jobs, and 3 classes technically, but 2 jobs at 2 different districts other than the one that I already work at. And so this one job that I got is like over an hour away. So you better watch out what you say, because I literally said, I'll drive that far. I literally said that in the episode. And
I want it.
Yeah. I did say that. I said, and I do want it. And but low-key, when I was like, dang, like this is far. Hopefully I last this semester because you can't quit, right? Got a class to teach. But, you know, it's a blessing that I got hired and I'm in that particular district because I want to be a part of the district. That particular district is a really big one, and a school that is close to Jazmine and I, that is a really good school everyone wants to get in, is part of that district, hence why I'm doing that far commute. But that was just a perfect example of a documentation of something that I said, and God is listening. He's like, okay, you want, okay. You can drive an hour. And I even heard this one girl at one of my jobs, and I'm realizing I have like 4 jobs now. At one of my jobs, and she was saying, she's like, I will not drive that far. And it wasn't even that far. She was talking about this other school. And I was like, So it's like, it's important how you think, because the opportunities that will come to you are dependent on how you think, right? And like what you're willing to do. And it just made me think of as well, what has Jazmine been talking about, right? She has been talking about getting married, starting her life. When is he gonna ask me? He better ask me soon, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the next thing. Like I remember when I told somebody about like, she got engaged, you know? And they're like, she was talking about that at your graduation. See, the words you say or you speak on have power. It's going into motion. So it's important. Are you saying positive things? Are you saying things that align with what you want with your life? Are you speaking negativity on yourself, on others? It's really important to reevaluate your words and make sure that what you are saying is of benefit of yourself, but as well to others. Because people, I've talked about this on, I think it was the Faith Over Fear episode. People will try to speak on your downfall. People will try to, oh, wait till you have kids. Oh, wait till you get pregnant, then you'll gain weight. Don't put that on me. You're trying to affirmate that for myself. That's not how it's gonna go. All right, that's not what I'm praying for. I'm praying for well-behaved kids. I'm praying for a speedy recovery. You know what I'm saying? So it's like important that you make sure that the people around you are speaking up on you and that you're speaking up on others. Kind of like the first message of season 2, bringing people up.
No, I love what you're saying because it's so true. It's like always when they say like manifest it. That's like what this is like. Careful for what you say because you're right.
It might come true.
It might come true. And like you may think, oh, but I said that like back in the day. Like I said this like 2 years ago. Oh, well, 2 years now it's happening. So that is so true. Like just to be careful.
You know what? This one girl, she did a prank on April Fool's that she was pregnant with twins. Kid you not, 3 months later she announced she was pregnant. She did not mean that.
Yeah.
You just really spoke on that.
Well, you said it.
That was nuts. I remember seeing that years ago. I was like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I'm like, babies are blessings. I'm just giving that disclaimer. But we were young at the time. So I'm sure that like she wasn't expecting it. Wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Let's just say. But yeah, it's important what you're saying.
Yeah, it made me think of 2 things. One, it made me think the message that you're sharing with us today. It made me think of if you go back to episodes, and if you were my friend, then you've heard me constantly say like, I just want to like friendships, right? In terms of friendships, I just want like a close, good circle. Like I want like a close circle. Like that was the main thing. Like close, real. Genuine. Yes. I repeat that a lot. And I really said that because of all these like ups and downs that I've had with other friendships. And so this shortly after my engagement, I hadn't announced yet on social media or like not everyone knew that I was getting engaged or that I had gotten engaged. But I really thought about, okay, like I just want to get the people that are super close to me, my girlfriends. I want to invite them to the coffee shop that Marilyn and I always like to go because like I said in one of the episodes, it's such a vibe. It's so beautiful. So I was like, I just want to get them all together in one area and I want to do the like, just like a show and tell and like do a play-by-play and like just share this such a special moment like that it's fresh and that I was on a high, and like I just wanted to really share that. And when I was creating that group chat to invite these people, 4 names came up, and I didn't think after that. I said, if these are the first 4 people that popped in my head, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to like, well, maybe I can invite this person too, or oh, like I just said, I'm just going to invite these 4 people because these are the 4 people that I want to share this intimate moment with. And what a blessing that all 4 showed up, that all 4 surprised me. I will never forget, like, and it was totally like unplanned. It was like Marilyn had got me this like really delicious cake and flowers, and then Karen showed up, another one of my friends, with flowers, and then my best friend Ruda showed up with this like huge cake with like a little saying. And so just like all these things, like I was like, oh my gosh, like I just felt so grateful, so loved during my, you know, during our hangout. Nothing felt forced, nothing felt rushed, everything felt just like relaxed. I appreciated the fact that you guys were all just sitting there wanting to listen and like ask questions and like comment like good things, and like I can't explain like the feeling I had where I was like realization. And like now, especially as I'm thinking about what you're saying, like I said these words so much: close friends, genuine, small circle. And like I was experiencing that day. And so that was just something so beautiful, and something that I'm like, dang, like I'm glad those are the words that I was affirmating or saying out loud, because that's exactly what God brought to me, and like what I have right now, and who I'm sharing this special new chapter with. And so yeah, very, very true on that, in the sense of like, I'm glad I said those words, and I'm glad that you guys are the people that define those words for me.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. And you know, that day where we were enjoying her engagement announcement, I don't know what to call it, but yeah, it was like we didn't want the night to end. The conversations were just so good by the fire, and it was just so nice. And we had to go because literally they turned off the fire and it was cold. We were like, okay, we gotta go. But it was really nice, and I think you just have a great circle around you. Like her best friend just cares so much about her and just loves her so much, and Karen is just so sweet. She reminds me of my cousin Ruby a lot. Her personality, just like a genuinely sweet person. And I think it's just it's a blessing to be able to say you have more than one person in your life like that. Also, disclaimer, sorry if you can hear a little bit of the background. My dad is turning on his Harley, but hopefully it's not too loud. Just because I don't want to stop the conversation. But yeah, and you know something about you, Jasmine, speaking of affirmating, I feel like you just know what you want. And I was telling Jasmine this, but I just want to reiterate that.
I was about to bring it up.
No way! Yes. Do you want to go first?
No, you can good. I'll piggyback on.
Piggyback? Okay. Yeah. No, it's so true, and I'll give my little reasons why I believe that. And she just knows what she wants, and I just think back of, and I remember that night where we met, that day we met, and driving home, and I'll explain the story again, but driving home and telling Anthony, I have a really good feeling and I don't know why, and you were that good feeling. Like it was that. I'm like, I had a really good feeling. I was like, I met somebody today. I don't know who though, because there was a lot of nice people there. I was like, I don't know who, but I met somebody, and I was like, oh, and somebody really wants to hang out with me. And he even thought it was a little weird. He's like, really? You don't know those people. But yeah, so Jasmine, what I was saying was that she just knows what she wants. And literally I was dancing, but she had to leave early for a graduation party, and like my hand was kind of like this, and she was like, we need to hang out. Like she was saying she's leaving. I was like, okay. She's like, no, like seriously, like really putting me in closer. I was like, okay. And she was for real. Like when we did hang out literally not too long after, and like on that day she told me, she's like, I want close friends and genuine friends and just good people with good vibes. And she's like, and I think you're one of those people. And I was like, wow. And I don't know her, like she just met me, right? But she knows what she wants, right? And even Angel, like the story that I've heard from you guys of, you know, they were kind of pandemic couple, and you know, he was healing, in his healing era, but you're like, I want him. He is my person. I know it. I just, you know, you're like, I need it. It's a work in progress. But,
yeah.
You know, he's my little project right now. But like, you're like, there's no doubt in my mind, like, that's him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I feel like you just know. And that's a gift. Because not many people know. They have it right in front of them and they're not grateful about it.
Yeah.
So it's a gift to know what you want and successfully get it.
Yeah, no, I was literally going to say the same thing in the sense where, like, I told you, let's hang out. I want to hang out with you. And I do remember,
you're like, no,
clearly,
seriously.
at BJ's telling me straight up.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, going on a first date with a guy and them just telling you, this is what I want from a, like, you know?
Yeah,
it was like me telling Marilyn, like, this is what I want from a friendship. Like, this is what I'm looking for, and I think you're, like, it. Yeah. And, like, you know, you even said this at the coffee shop when I was with all my girlfriends. You said, you met me in this chapter. Like, you met me before this chapter, not after. This is not, like, you didn't meet Jazmine when she's married, or Jazmine, you know, when she's a mom. Like, you met Jazmine before, and then, you know, are now getting to experience this moment. And so I just think, like, yeah, like, clearly my words were out there, and God said, okay, like, here's the person that, you know, you can add to your close circle who defines what it means to be genuine and like a good friendship. And yeah, I just want to like let you know, like, I'm so glad that I did that. And I'm so glad you didn't run away like
like what?
I don't, she's a little weird.
No, you're not weird.
But on that note, I'm also gonna add one more, because I think this is a really good like conversation, because it kind of does make you think of things that have happened or things that happen, and then like, when did I say that, or you know, because that's what this is kind of like. This conversation is very like this podcast. You said in your words, like, I think this is gonna be like a good thing for us to do. Like, I want you. Yeah, like, that is let's true. Yeah. do this podcast. And like, same thing. Like, I was like, well, like, I don't know, like, maybe busy, like I'm busy and like, you know, whatnot. And like, who would have thought that 2 years later, and like a strong, I personally feel like a strong season 2. Here we go. We're learning, we're growing, we're like doing this together. And like, you basically said those words out loud, and it's coming to fruition. You know, like, it's coming true. Yeah, I'm just really appreciative of you for choosing me to be your friend, because I honestly think if she didn't come up to me, I probably wouldn't, I don't think I would have like talked to you. Like, I think we would have just probably been lost internet friends. Like, I'm gonna be very honest. Like, I'm very grateful that you put in the effort to be like, no, like, let's hang out, let's plan a day. And then I was like, okay, and like, we planned a day. So I'm just grateful to that, and also that we meshed so well, because you could have hung out with somebody and you're like, not really my cup of tea. Which happens, which is normal. But and I'm grateful that you chose me to do this podcast.
Oh yeah,
that we can do this together, that we can like talk through and communicate things that we can work on, and just do this fun thing. Like, I mean, it's really rare to have a friendship it's not a business, but it's like a friendship /
partnership
for something.
You gotta
like
work
this
together on things.
So thank you too.
And it's not easy, and we've talked about this. It's not easy working with me.
Girl.
It's not. I mean, and I feel like this podcast has really helped me with my OCD, with my control and things like that, because it's important to learn just to let go. Not everything has to be according to, like, I'm very much big on like numbers, and not like likes numbers. I mean, like, it's like weird. I can't even explain it. It's like, oh, only because it's season 1, only 1 guest. Because it's season 2, only 2 guests. It's like, I'm really weird with numbers, but because there's a partner, like, they're forcing me to get out of my comfort zone and just like let go. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually helped me with my anxiety and like my OCD and stuff like that, because if I was just doing this by myself, I would have reverted to the OCD. I would have just been like, okay, just 1 guess. Yeah, little things. It helps me though. It's weird, but it does, because but So the power of your words is extremely important, and just thinking about all the different things that you have said to yourself, and even just, here's another one before, you know, we wrap up the episode, but just another thing that I remember before Anthony, this was like, I don't even know, maybe like late high school, out of high school, I'm not sure. It's like around that time period, 2015 to 2017 era. And I would literally pray to God. I was like, Lord, make me more like a princess. I was like, Lord, make me kind and patient and beautiful, and just, Lord, make me gracious. Like when I see Aurora, I want to be like soft like her. When I'm like Jasmine, I want to demand a room like her. When I'm like Pocahontas, I want to be in one with animals like her. Like, just, I would always pray about being like a princess. And that was just something that I looked for. They were my role models for a long time, and like how to sing, how to speak, how to dance, like all these different things, like they are big role models for me. And so that was something that I would speak on, like princess, 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 and all this stuff. And it's funny because now, without even trying, that's not something I pray about anymore. That's not something I try to be. But yet every time somebody, like, I'll be like, for example, I was at my tia's house for my cousin's birthday, and I'm just wearing like my regular pink dress and stuff, and someone's like, you look like a princess. I'm not dressed like a princess. When I went to Hawaii, like somebody was like, you look like a Hawaiian princess. I mean, I'm not like wearing a crown or anything. And just like, that's the energy I exude now to people. People always tell me, you give me princess energy. You look like a princess. Oh, you look like Moana. Like, they always just say that. And I think it's really because I spoke on it. But it was a long time ago, like you were saying, that was 2 years ago. So it was like 8 years ago. And it was just something I spoke on, and now I just live it and I don't think about it. So yeah, so it's just interesting, the power of words, and like, just to be sure that the words, make sure it aligns with who you want to be, how you want to act, and who you want to be surrounded around, like Jazmine was saying.
Yeah. No, I love it. And like I said, I feel like we can go on and on as we reflect
examples,
and think,
so many
like,
examples.
I remember when I said this, or exactly what you said. Like, this is, whether this is something you said 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, like all of that, everything you say does and has the power to come true. So I think it's a good message, and a good episode to reflect on. Definitely. I hope you guys take some time to reflect, whether that be journaling or just on your drive to work or to school, or to go visit a friend. Maybe this is a topic you guys can chat about when you grab your cafecito or like something. But very powerful, very good, and absolutely love this episode.
Yes, and thank you for clicking on this episode. We love you, and remember to share this with a friend, and think about that one friend that you are grateful for this past month.
Thank you so much for being here. We hope you enjoyed it, and above all else,
we wish you love.